This is Steve, CEO of PageDNA. Managing multiple orders can be a challenge, especially when there's a lot of volume behind those orders. Of course, you could tell your customers or your staff could go into PageDNA and actually create multiple shopping baskets and submit those orders. And there's automation there. But let's face it, when you have dozens, hundreds, or thousands of orders that need to be processed en masse, that's not only exhausting, but it's also, frankly, going to cause carpal tunnel syndrome from all that clicking. The good news is it's completely unnecessary to do that, thanks to PageDNA's bulk orders capability. In this demo, I'm going to show you PageDNA's bulk order capability, and you're going to see firsthand how this streamlines the process, reducing time and errors, giving you compliance and control, and removing the need to sit there and manually enter these large, lucrative sets of orders. Let's take a look. The key to a good bulk order scenario is good data. And we have data here that I'm going to use for our demo today. Let's zoom in a little bit on this data. In today's example, I'm going to process a bulk order for a number of different shopping baskets in a total of about 14 items. In the real world, often these lists of items are really long because we're doing mass ordering or bulk ordering. So in today's example, let's zoom in a little bit more and see what's in here. Each row in this spreadsheet is going to become a separate item in a shopping basket. And that item might be a variable item like a business card, in this case, an envelope, or it might be a promotional product, something like a coffee cup or a t-shirt. So here we're identifying which product is being ordered for each row. The next column, as you can see, is quantity. And then we get into imprint information. This is the information that will become part of the design on, in this example, the business cards. As we go for further, we're going to see we've got the name and the title and the address, and we get to a very important column, the approver. With great power comes great responsibility, and tools like bulk orders cannot be used without either you or your client doing either a spot check or really checking each order to make sure that everything worked perfectly. I'm actually set up today as the approver. Finally, we have a couple other columns that indicate the ship carrier and the shipping method that will be used for these orders. And then lastly, any row that has the same order number will actually be grouped together into a shopping basket. The 4 rows that I've highlighted here, even though they're not all in the same sequence, will actually be grouped together into one separate shopping basket and delivery. With all this data ready, we're going to go ahead back into the system and actually upload this file and see what happens. Let's do it. The bulk orders feature appears after you request access from PageDNA. You will then see this tool in every one of your PageDNA storefront dashboards, also known as the menu. Today, I'm just going to jump into my data and upload the file you were just looking at. PageDNA is going to parse that data and ask you what each column represents. Because I took the native PageDNA file and used it, all the mapping already exists. It knows which user the order will be associated with, what's the SKU, or as we call it, the tag, and the quantity. There's a lot of other details here that are covered in our technical documentation, but in this particular section, I'll just explain we're mapping the data from the spreadsheet into the actual imprint of a personalized product. As we get to the bottom, we continue, and we're brought to our first opportunity to actually test this data. Down at the bottom of the field, we have the ability to do either an individual test, which I'll show you. In clicking this, our system will go row by row through each row of the data so you can actually analyze exactly what's happening. So in a moment here, our system's going to bring up our first basket. And sure enough, it has multiple items in it, as I showed you earlier. But another option is just to actually go ahead and mark these items as test orders and go ahead and click Run. Because this process often takes a while, this creates a background process, and you will actually receive in a moment a notification that this has happened. You can see that our system is actually proceeding right now to build 14 rows of data into multiple baskets. Jumping over to the order approval queue, we're going to look at these orders now. They're held behind a dam, so to speak, and these orders will be able to be reviewed by you to make sure they look good before you release them into production. Sure enough, you can see that our 4 orders have appeared here, and I'm going to jump in to each one of these and show you what's in each of these orders. Here's an order, a mass order for 4 different static products. They're all listed here. Let's go back and look at the next order. Another order awaiting my attention is a variable set of products. And again, our system took the information from the spreadsheet and has actually created press-ready artwork files here. You can see our system's giving the ability to check these orders before you go ahead and do what I'm going to do now, which is to select all the orders and release them into production. By approving these orders, these now flow into our regular automation, which might include workflow, warehouse management, MIS integrations, or these orders might flow into our own order manager. As you can see, PageDNA's bulk orders feature makes ordering large, complicated sets of jobs that need to go to multiple locations easier than ever. These lucrative orders can often introduce not only opportunities, but challenges, not only for you, but for your clientele. If you're looking for ways to bring this into your current PageDNA environment, please reach out to our support team at success@pagedna.com. And if you're a current PageDNA prospect or interested in becoming one of our prospects, please join us for a 15-minute ROI review of your current workflow by emailing sales@pagedna.com. This has been Steve with PageDNA. Thanks for taking a look at our product. I look forward to meeting you soon.